Good morning, how are we doing? So what are your thoughts on reheating pasta? So reheating pasta for better control of blood sugar levels. If you're coming in, give me a hello. If you're on replay, drop a replay. So there are studies on this, and I think a few people have talked about it. You might have heard it in places as well, where they compare, say, a hot meal like hot pasta, and they do rice as well, potato, and they let it cool. And the structure changes and it becomes more like resistant starch, which is essentially more fibrous. And they show that generally cold pasta, say, and reheated pasta is higher in resistant starch than just generally hot cooked pasta. But what does this actually mean? So it means that there's a slight decrease in blood sugar spike, slight, like very small. I'm talking like 5.9 versus 5.7 or 6 versus 5.8, something like that. The numbers are quite, there's not much in it, essentially. However, it still is a useful thing to know for a variety of reasons. Number one, you can leave leftovers and go, you know, I'll reheat that tomorrow. Rather than go, oh, I need to get all the pasta out of my house now. Maybe this is a good thing to hear because we're like, although it's small, actually rather than go, oh, just need to finish the pasta now, tomorrow I need to go low carb, actually save it, have it tomorrow. If that's cold pasta salad or reheated, and you know, you're gonna get some resistant starch there, which is essentially acts like fiber, which brings me on to number two, which is where if you add in vegetables to a meal, you essentially get the same effect anyway. So at the same time, although it's good to know, how relevant is it if you have a salad with it? How relevant is it if you have some vegetables with it? Because that's going to lower your blood sugar response as well. Number three, how much protein are you having it with it? Because the protein with the meal as well, with the pasta, will also lower the blood sugar levels. And it'd be interesting to see how differing protein levels impacts that as well. Like, is it irrelevant when you actually just have protein at a meal? That would be the question I would ask. Protein and vegetables at the meal, is it irrelevant then, whether you have it cool, heated, reheated, or hot? So they are just some of the things to think about. But where it's really useful, I think, is in terms of thinking that we have to eat all the leftovers, get the pasta out of the house. Actually, tomorrow, maybe it's a better choice. Use it, reuse it. You're going to save money. You're going to save time. Even if it's carbs again tomorrow, don't think that your body just goes, oh, we're going to start losing fat because we're not eating carbs today. It doesn't work like that. We know that it's calorie deficit on a whole. So that's the first thing I would say, which is really good. Number two, it's a good reminder to get vegetables and fibre in. That's all that's happening here. If we can get vegetables and fibre in every meal, that's going to have the same, if not better effect, because you're going to have lots of other nutrients in there as well. Number three, consider protein as well. Protein will have a similar effect in that in terms of lowering your blood sugar levels. So I hope that helps, but ultimately it comes down to what we eat on average, on whole, in terms of achieving a calorie deficit. So you've got to do what works for you, and that's why a plan to fit your lifestyle is a key thing, not chopping and changing, thinking that, oh, we'll dive onto that, we'll just start reheating. You can imagine at a dinner table, can't you? Like, if you just cook that now, or is that reheated? Oh no, it's freshly cooked. Oh, you know what? Probably leave it for now. I'll have it later, just reheat it later. Like, yeah, I could see that, the reheating, disordered eating. Anyway, all these things have tiny, minuscule impact. If we can just make it simple, let's get some protein in every meal. Let's get lots of veggies in it every meal. We'll be okay. Whether we have reheated, cooled, hot. But you know, has its place. Imagine in a hospital setting where someone's like diabetes, a bit out of control with that, and they can add in some reheated pasta, and that has a slightly less effect on the blood sugar levels, and they can slightly lower the insulin levels. It's quite a good thing. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Let's make it a great day. Control what you can. If you're joining us for our next 28-day kickstart, flexible start date over the next 2 weeks, I'll see you there. If not, if you want more information, comment with kickstart, and I'll see you later. Have a great day. Enjoy reheated pasta, and I'll